Yeah, you just don't care anymore. You just go all out.
Yeah.
You're at this point where you just go all out in the laning phase.
I mean, you're committed at this point, it seems. There's not much of an answer around it. Oh!
That's new.
Okay. CK mid? Maybe. That'd be high. CK coming out as the last pick from Liquid. And there we have it. There's the draft. We're about to get into the first game of the series. And to break it down a little further, we have Nahaz.
Thank you, Chopra. This matchup features arguably the two most storied franchises in Western Dota 2 history. Over 150 combined wins at the International. These two teams behind only LGD, who waits in the wings in the lower bracket final tomorrow. Of course, great teams made up of great players. Miracle and Sumail, the only two players at TI8 averaging better than a kill per 4 minutes. Of 150 players with 25 or more career games at the International, they are the only two to average 9 or more kills a game. And of course, the supports, GH and Crit, both leading in assist rate, better than 1 assist per 2 minutes of the tournament.
He's in the top 4, trying to play his way to a grand finals. And his story's pretty much always been like, hey, he seems like a pretty good player, but he's never really made it to the top. Well, in order to get there, you have to take on some of the best, and there's no doubt that Liquid is one of the best as we head into this game number 1. Liquid picking up a last pick Chaos Knight. That certainly came as a huge surprise to me. What is that? Evil Geniuses. They're apparently channeling their Bulba. 4 of them have their coach as their profile picture.
Yeah, they absolutely love Bulba. I mean, this guy, he quit his playing career this year when Arteezy needed help. He said, I'm going to come help you. I want to see us win TI together. What a story that would be if they actually make it towards the end.
That was certainly a hero a little bit out of the mana. Bit of a surprise.
I think it's really good against the Storm Spirit. It's really good against Weaver, at least in the early game before he gets his Lincoln Sphere. It's high armor, high damage. You have a very good stun.
Illusion heroes always kind of beneficial against the Ursa as well, right? That single target focus.
Yeah, absolutely.
It seems like a very fast-paced lineup, though, between the Enchantress and Venomancer cores as well. At least from my point of view, it looks like they're going to have to take this game fast and really never give up control.
Yes, because what EG does best is they slightly outgreed you, they snowball in lanes, and it becomes very hard to fight them in the mid-game. But Sumail Storm Spirit, seen this guy carry many a game. He's going to be up against the Matama Man Venomancer, the hero that Matu almost won, well, did win TI with.
Yeah, he has.
Him and his Veno Necro Broodmother face.
Yes, where he just had all the most disgusting heroes. S4 is going to be playing the Weaver, and they are going to try and stop him from getting to that tier 1 tower, trying to stop a Shukuchi Weaver. That's not really going to work. Looks like they're going to go and start off with a bit of an aggro tri-lane. I'm sure Kuro's going to wander into that mid lane and try and make Sumail's life hell, as a Venomancer plus an Ogre sounds really difficult to deal with. That will leave a solo mind control here at the top lane as the Enchantress, Dark Willow, and Arteezy's Ursa looking to zone mind control out as best as possible.
I think it's actually a lot harder to play this Ogre in this mid lane. You can only really do it, I think, if you're on Dire side, because you can get behind the tower like this, get a few hits off. But the amount of mobility that you have, it just cuts off so quickly. As you see, he already is entering the range as Sumail. Gonna hit back a little bit, and the wave just pushes right back towards you anyways.
Yeah. You've mentioned that a couple times, how this mid lane is so much harder to play for supports, and that has led us to mostly a 1 versus 1 mid meta.
Yeah, that's why we see Sumail back here. If you see that Kuro, he doesn't really feel comfortable. Like when he's in this range, he's just gonna get hit by the tower.
Right.
So Ogre as a lane harasser in mid just isn't as successful as he used to be.
But he doesn't really have anywhere else to go, right? I don't think he really wants to be in the top lane up against the Willow Ursa. And anything to be able to slow down the Storm Spirit, who I'm presuming is going to be kind of the game winner for Evil Geniuses if they can take this.
Yeah, absolutely, but he's not even slowing him down. Matu's only at 5 CS.
Yeah, what is this? How is Sumail sitting 11-0 in a 1 versus 2 bottom lane? They do manage to get a 2-second stun onto Fly. Lich will be able to get the healing salve off, keeping himself alive.
Miracle's getting stuck here.
They just end up dying here. S4 is going to be able to get some more damage onto him. Unfortunately, GH had a full healing salve going himself, and S4 doesn't dare to get in range of that sentry that was out and try and stop it.
Out of mana.
Now he's going to be pulled back. S4 doesn't really have a way to be able to escape this. A lot of damage coming in.
1 second for the Shukuchi.
Trees, and GH managed to snag the last
first hit, giving him the first blood. Top lane, mind control, chase down underneath that tower, but unlike S4, he will be able to get away.
This bottom lane being harassed heavy. This Fly just needs some levels before he can really do anything to challenge this lane as mid lane. Sumail gonna get galed up, but Kuro gonna make the long rotation in as top.
Curse Crown, allowing Arteezy to be able to get some hits in. Trying to dive him underneath the tower. He actually went for the south mid lane. Sumail turns around, almost kills Matumba Man. Now Kuro looks to be able to finish him off. Matumba Man couldn't get the kill because of the Fairy Fire, so he leaves it to his captain.
So far, so good for Team Liquid, as this mid lane needs to go very well. Benno, when it comes to the mid game, doesn't really handle Storm the best.
Tried to get the last hit there with the Shikuchi. Missed out on it, denied range creep. Really going to hurt S4, as you can already see how GH and Miracle are a bit ahead in experience. It's Chaos Knight, as you said, proving to be a pretty potent power against this Weaver.
I think you should always try to aggro.
Late, but now S4 coming in combined will be able to get the carapace onto GH. Fly tries to slow him down. S4 should be able to catch up to him once the next Shikuchi is up. Will be able to get the kill. 1-for-1 trade up, but GH was worth a lot more than Fly. Meanwhile, top lane, do manage to get a good Brambles out from Crit. That'll slow down Mind Control, and Arteezy should be able to chase him down. Kuro's trying to come in to help him out. They actually went the wrong direction, and with the Whiz coming in, he actually broke down so many trees that Mind Control has a clear way out of here. In fact, it's going to be Crit who may be left behind. He's trying to draw the attention of Liquid. Now dances the other way. Hit by the ball, will be slowed down. Does have the Shadow Realm TP out. But manages to draw attention to himself. Still escapes.
That rotation is really going to hurt Miracle, as he doesn't really want to be here 1v1 against S4. And what you really want as a Weaver is to not be aggro, because you need levels. Level 1 Shikuchi is absolutely garbage. It's got a 12-second cooldown. But once you start to hit level 5, once you start to get that level advantage on Weaver, then you get to 1v1 offlaners. As you see Miracle throw out the stun, but by himself not really representing a threat, as Fly is going to take good advantage of this. They're going to pump out some levels, try to get S4 that experience advantage.
S4 does have the Shikuchi, won't go for the dive though. Picked up an early raindrop to try and protect himself against that burst. Mind Control, hit by the Curse Crown. Arteezy's pretty far away. In fact, he will give up on that chase. We're just going to try and establish control of the 5-minute bounty runes as they come up. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Fly's trying to do the same. They do manage to get the Swarm and finish off the Chaos Knight pretty quickly. S4 will chase the Wisp away, looking to be able to grab those bounty runes. So it looks like EG will be able to get 3 out of 4. It's only Kuro behind enemy lines will be able to pick up the other one.
He's got to be careful here. He could get sandwiched, but he's going to go the way of Crit. He does not want to go there, as Sumail has hit level 6. Gale ticking him down, but should be just fine. He's got a salve on him too, and the full bottle once Fly passes it back to him.
I like how he went back for another Fairy Fire. Really looking for the outplay, but it's going to be caught with a double stun. And only a 1-second stun, though. He is able to jump away, pull back in by Miracle, and he will barely live. Miracle hoping to be able to chase him down. He's so close. Sumail heals up a bit more, though, and Miracle is now underneath the tower. Fortunately, there's no TPs from Evil Geniuses, so they'll leave Fly to die. But the big bounty was on Sumail's Storm Spirit, and Liquid barely missed out.
That was a 4-man rotation at 5 minutes. This is what Liquid does. They try to pressure the lanes as much as possible. They want to remain fluid. And look at this, Miracle coming in with GH towards this top lane. Gonna pop the Shrine, and immediately they're just hunting now.
Mind Control is gonna try and bait it out, but he can't die too soon. Gets the heal out, the Brambles, managed to dodge all of those, the sun comes out, but now GH is here, and Arteezy's gonna be caught, pulled in by Miracle, gets the stun out. They just look to be able to slow him down, and all he has is the Earthshock to be able to slow down Miracle in return, but he's eventually gonna catch up. Miracle does have another stun coming up. It's gonna be a 2-second stun, one more hit, that's gonna be enough to finish him off. Crit's gonna be up next, Curse Round does stun the 2 of the cores though, and Crit will be able to get out as a result.
And you see Miracle doesn't really want to lane bottom lane, so he's just gonna go around, force the rotations, as Mind Control now going to switch lanes.
He was trying to sneak in a kill on GH though. DP's back. So instead he's going to go for Miracle again, leaving Miracle alone here. The Curse Crown stun, follow up with the Brambles, easy latch down, turn around for the 1-second stun, but Arteezy is not deterred. He got that kill in mid lane. Whoa, a long jump in. We're going to have Sumail Stormsphere trying to kill Matumba Man here. Even next to Kuro, he managed to dodge the Ignite, can't dodge the stun though, and Sumail has one last little bit of jump. The raindrops actually saved Matumba Man, and Sumail, he will pay for his overzealous reactions. He tries to jump and take the 1v1, but Kuro denies him that. Matumba Man lives once again.
I feel like Sumail, that was a frustration jump. It's very easy for anybody to make the rotation and save Matumba Man there. Matumba Man still has raindrops and he's got a wand to play with. Sumail, I think he's a little bit frustrated at the pressure that he's seen in this game so far.
Feels like Liquid are definitely getting a lot more kills out of this map, but the CS score in the favor of Evil Geniuses. That's why they need big-time kills like Arteezy, and they will be able to bring him down. Sumail's going to jump in, see if he can actually get the GH's whiz first. They have the Curse Crown on him, so GH gets the long tether away. He's going to try and get out, but he can't quite make. Kuro, he's going to be up next, slowed down by Fly. Miracle's thinking about coming back into this one. Kuro going to go for the TP out. It's going to be a close call, barely escapes. Reading that they had no more stuns left. And that's just space for Matumba Man now. He begins that ward pressure on the mid tower.
He's got 3 levels of it so far. Just hit level 8. Sumail doesn't really have the best mana pool to work with. There is a regen rune at bottom, but he won't know about that as at top.
They keep on trying to pressure Miracle, but 2 supports in lane. That just is free food for the Chaos Knight. S4 trying to get some damage onto Mind Control where he can. Apparently Ursa not feeling like he could do much. Look back at the way Sumail is just so close to getting Matumba Man. It was the raindrop that really made the difference.
Yeah, you see the frustration right there on his face. Not that he should have had that kill, but Sumail, it's never just a straight one-on-one as Miracle getting gone on top.
First Crown leading off does have the Brambles as well as the Shadow Realm for that extra burst of magic damage. Miracle's already taken so much. GH is going to try and come in and save him. Swarm goes out. Miracle's already taken so much, but they turn around. They're 2 mid-second stun. They almost finish off S4, and they do. Miracle survives, claims the head of S4, and Evil Geniuses, they seem to have nothing. They can't even get a grip on this game whatsoever. They're just constantly being outmaneuvered by Liquid in this GH Wisp.
Yeah, Liquid has been everywhere. They've been lane swapping as EG is kind of holding steady so far, not really rotating too much. That might be Sumail's job this game. Might want to play a little bit more active than he normally does. You can't just farm the jungle, especially not against this Veno mid, who's just going to push down your towers with these Plague Wards, surely but slowly. And that's why they're going to leave Fly here in this mid lane, and Sumail going to get active, TPing to this camp. Maybe he waits for his Weaver to come too, but now he's just going to swap positions with Fly, who does have a smoke on him.
And Fly does have his level 6.
So I feel like they should just go top right now.
We may finally see the impact of the Lich in these team fights and stun. Thrown on a crit, he does have a Shadow Realm. The Exile here, a lot of damage, but now Sumail's going to jump in. The Terrorize immediately put onto the Chaos Knight.
The Chain Frost is good.
Phantasm, the Chain Frost, so it's both of them down, but Matumba Man will be able to get away though. Again, a lack of stuns, but GH in the back line to S4. He hunts the real kill. GH's Wisp has been so powerful in this game, constantly winning lanes with his rotations, but S4 will be able to bring an end to his life here.
I really like that play by EG. The bounty rune's about to spawn. You know that top pressure is coming. Liquid, they believe themselves to be strong there. They think it's going to be a straight up 3-on-3 fight, but this time around EG, willing to rotate more numbers. And that's what I want out of Sumail this game. Rather than going for the more farmy Storm Spirit, you have to help out your other lanes because they are struggling.
And that kind of abuses the fact that both Venomancer and Enchantress are relatively static heroes, right? They like to just be able to win their lane and keep winning their lane over and over and over again, rather than rotating around.
Yeah, I mean, Matumba Man wants to take down this mid tower before he moves anywhere. Mind Control is in a similar boat where he wants to push down this bottom tower with this double siege wagon. And so it's up to EG to make a lot of space during this time. As Sumail, he's faking it right now. He wants to go onto Matumba Man. He does have the level of pull. Here he goes. He's got wand charges to work with too.
Coming in, trying to save Matumba Man, but it might not be enough. He managed to get a magic wand, and now Sumail's gonna be 2 seconds done. He's dead. Matumba Man just keeps on baiting Sumail in time and time again. S4 tries to do something at the top lane, just forces Kuro to TP back. Now we'll have to retreat as the relocate pulls Miracle back into lane.
And as a Storm player, that frustration has to build, because that looks like a free kill for yourself. But once again, just getting interrupted at the last moment.
And this has always been Matumba Man's specialty, right? This is why he played those Necrophoses and Venomancers, because he annoys his opponents into going on him. They try and go for the kill, and he relies on his teammates to be able to save the day.
Yeah, you better believe that Sumail is getting frustrated.
Finally, Mind Control will be able to finish off that tower. Left alone.
Pretty good move if you ask me.
Has a good amount of farm. Actually, no, he's pretty far down there.
See, this is the scary part now, though. They've claimed this bottom tier 1 tower. They're going to eventually play for this mid tier 1 tower. And once you take both of those, the game becomes really difficult for EG to play. Because you've got 3 heroes that want to farm, but you're only going to have this space to work with.
And that's also why Kuro is coming in with such aggressive vision. After you take that tier 1 tower, you get some nice vision down. It really helps control that Radiant jungle area.
GH and Miracle just farming up this camp together.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
S4 is still leading the network chart, though, at 5K. So overall, the game is slightly in the favor of Liquid. S4 is going to try and do the same thing here, try and take that tier 1 tower. Liquid,
Dire's top tower
they understand the
is under
strategy. They are not really going to try and defend that. Bigger focus on the mid lane, right? They're almost ready to go with the relocate as well. So Fly will try and pull the creeps off the tower constantly.
You see how they're all just stacked up in this area farming the same jungle camp? That's the downside of you losing your bottom tower early on.
Right.
So EG have to do the same thing, establish control in that top lane, and now it's going to be a battle for this mid lane. This is what Liquid love to do. If you take both these towers early on, you can exert a lot of pressure. And that's what we saw LGD do. They beat them back every single time.
S4 kind of toying with GH and Miracle, feeling like alone can handle the two.
Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand.
What are we waiting for farm-wise for either team?
And for EG, you want the Blink Dagger on RTZ so he can jump.
Don't really have a better form of initiation, seeing as Sumail hasn't had a great grain. No, crits! Shadow Realm, but they do have the spirits out from GH, and he will just run down that Dark Willow.
Radiant's bottom
They're gonna come back in though. GH better not bring in Miracle because this is gonna be a slaughter. Sure enough, GH tries to tether away just to be able to buy a little bit more space, a little bit more time before the inevitable. He does manage to wand off that last hit, but S4 runs him down with the Shikuchi.
They might lose the bottom tier 2 tower for this. This is a good feint as Sumail continues to have to stay in this mid lane, deal with the Venom wards and the pressure. He doesn't want to lose his tower. Not for free anyways, and Kuro gonna make the rotation around. They won't have enough damage, but if they can even force him off this tower and take it, that's exactly what they're trying to do.
A bunch of poison on him. He's gonna make some long jumps away. Kuro tries to position himself to catch Sumail there.
They're gonna lose the tower for this, and this is exactly what Matama Man wanted to do. The kill attempt is secondary for grabbing this tower.
Fly tries to come in and save it with some frost armor, but he can't really put his hero in the position there. He may just die immediately.
Radiant just denied their
Tower
bottom
survives a
tower.
bit longer. It's in deny range now. The rest of Evil Geniuses are coming in, but so is Liquid. Tower is forfeit. Kuro picks up the bounty. And Arteezy still not ready to go. Still needs another 250 gold until he has that Blink Dagger.
It's gonna get a lot closer with these bounty runes, but now, strategically, I'd say Liquid is slightly ahead because they have taken these towers. When it comes to pure farm, EG's lineup is almost always just a little bit greedier. And that's why you see things are still pretty close.
So you would judge kind of like the pace of the game going exactly as it should, that Liquid, because they're the better pressure team early, just
They might lose Matama Man here though.
Matama Man, he doesn't have the Poison Nova, doesn't really have anything to stop EG from going on him, but GH does manage to slow down some of the damage. Unfortunately, he's going to be caught as well. A stun out onto the Weaver. Mind Control lays some damage onto him with the impetus shots, but time lapses away.
Just a weird position for Matama Man to get caught up in as Crit, he's going to run into Miracle here. He's pinging like crazy. He wants his team to come in. He knows that he's separated from the rest of the pack.
Yeah, the Shrine right there, 2 second stun. Miracle is going to try and turn, but the Shadow Realm, now the Cursed Crown. Miracle, he's going to be caught by this Dark Willow, tries to throw out, manages to turn, blows up the Dark Willow. What a beautiful play from Miracle, getting rid of the Cursed Crown at the last second, and might be able to pick up the extra kill as well. A big bait by Miracle, and it's Liquid who come in just in time. Now the relocate into mid lane. Oh, canceled there by GH. Decides against going for the kill on Fly.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Miracle continues to just farm in this jungle side, placing a lot of pressure down here. If Matama Man doesn't die there, they are so
Dire's top
far
tower
ahead, but
is under attack.
Arteezy's going to get his Blink Dagger now. Not the easiest place to fight into, though, against this Venomancer.
GH being just a nice lad, as he always is, brought in the Hurricane Pike. Or the Dragonlance, rather, for the Mind Control Enchantress.
As you see the circles being drawn.
We'll look back at that bait. Look at Miracle popping it at the last second. That Phantasm getting rid of the Cursed Crown, dodges that stun. Turns around and kills the Weaver as well. Such a sick bait. Great. That delayed stun placed onto Kuro. Liquid are trying to bait him out right now. Evil Genius. Not gonna fall for it, and maybe they will. The Shadow Realm goes off. He's gonna have to terrorize his way out of here. Miracle is gonna be hit by that one. The Bedlam goes down. They're actually gonna try and kill the Chaos Knight with Sumail coming in. It's gonna be a close call. Miracle's not gonna be able to get away. A huge Poison Nova goes down. Kuro's gonna be hit by the Chain Frost. Bounces back over to Sumail. Sumail still with the Poison Nova on it. Will be able to finish off the Wisp, but the Chain Frost is still going. The Chain Frost bouncing around to the neutrals. Time-lapse going down. S4 is taking so much damage over time that he can't commit to the kill onto Matumba Man. A 3-for-3 exchange as it starts with them killing the Chaos Knight. But the Poison Nova, the damage over time just did its work against Evil Geniuses, and they couldn't outright win the engagement.
Core, both supports dying on either side. But that is going to benefit Liquid a little bit more here. S4 made the rotation in. Now this bottom lane is going to get pushed out by the CK Wisp combination, who do have relocate in 5 short seconds. So maybe Liquid just go for another play.
Be a little bit surprised that S4 isn't going for the Lincolns. A perfect 50-50 match we got on our hands here, William.
We haven't seen a lot of those.
Yeah, Dota Plus.
I never doubt Dota Plus anymore, by the way. After this tournament, whoever it says is winning, I pretty much just blindly trust that analysis.
All right, well now it's Liquid. Just those couple of creeps made the difference. S4 coming forward, looking to be able to get a swarm on Matumba Man, maybe, if he's out of position. Here's the kill squad right here. TZ with his Blink Dagger. Everyone from Liquid has to play a little careful around that guy.
I think EG don't really want to take a fight, straight up.
Yeah.
I think it's really awkward for them when RTZ doesn't have BKB, and Sumail just needs more items. I haven't seen this guy this underfarmed in quite some time. He's behind every other core in this game. And it's because he's had to make so many rotations. They need his jump to start the fight before RTZ had Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
And without his mid tower, he can't really just comfortably farm his jungle either anymore.
And now RTZ's at a point because the Venomancer and everything feels like he still doesn't want to start fights until he has that magic immunity.
This is just an awkward Ursa game for him because he just needs item after item. That's why he expected, I think, the laning phase to go a lot better for himself. But with the rotations that Liquid made, that made things a little bit more difficult for them as both teams playing around this topside area. Sumail still mid.
Scanning for enemies.
GH trying to get to his buddy right now so that they could relocate if needed.
Visibility rune. Pinged out by Crit. They're going to give it to Sumail, so maybe he can set up a kill here in this jungle areas. Team Liquid still kind of farming that. But you're right, they really don't want to take a fight. Orchid's coming up for Sumail. Again, the BKB for RTZ. They'll want to wait off those items. Do you think Liquid is okay with the game slowing down as well?
I think so, because they have good control factors, and their cores also scale. They're eventually going to have to worry about how this Weaver's going to play. They only really have 2 stuns, and getting the Ogre stun off late game, I mean, the cast range on it is so bad.
Maelstrom build for S4. Gonna help a little bit against the illusions, that big burst damage against the IO as well. Fly's gonna be forced to TP out.
And this is gonna signal a retreat from EG's end as RTZ barely doesn't get hit by the Wisp Spirits.
If he had, Miracle probably would have chased him down. So, Liquid regain control of their own jungle, push out the top lane, but what are they gonna do with that? What's the point of that kind of play?
I think they want to establish control around this Roshan area.
Yeah.
Maybe even take the tier 1 tower at top.
The enemy team has a Ursa. You want to prevent him from securing that Aegis early.
If you can do it first. They've got the Alpha Wolf too.
Yeah.
But I don't think it goes nearly fast enough. The EG's going to make their way up. They're smoked. Both teams smoked up here.
Smoke's going to pop onto Crit. Shadow Realm. He saw that pullback coming. Reality Rift not going to be there, but now Crit no longer has that defensive measure. There is Frost Armor on everyone.
He's got it maxed. He's going to have it back up right now as S4 thinking about poking and checking the HP of it. RTZ taking advantage of this time. I don't think they really want to commit to a full fight here, but if they can keep them away from Roshan, this would be a win for them.
We've seen from our earlier series how important it is to be able to take down the Dark Willow first in these engagements because of that team fight control that Terrorize offers.
They just don't have the jump for it though.
Yeah.
I think that's where EG will feel very comfortable in this game is they have two different ways to jump. They've got a very mobile hero in this Weaver.
Highest bottom tower.
So even though their lineup, it feels a little bit greedier when it came to the lanes, when it comes to actually dealing out their damage, it's much easier for EG. And that's why Liquid, they need some of these objectives. They need to boost their gold.
Relocate to bottom lane. They're just going to push out the lane. That's all they're looking for. They still want to maintain control over that Roshan pit while simultaneously getting some pressure out on the opposite side of the map.
You see that S4 is just going really deep here? What he's trying to do is force heroes away so that Arteezy can get his BKB before they take the fight. Right? There's no reason for him to take this fight when he's 300 gold away from BKB. That's why S4, he played this brilliantly. He just holds that Roshan area. He sends out bugs. He tries to get them to commit to him instead.
It does seem like Liquid are a bit frustrated because they're probably reading the same thing, right? They're saying, once this BKB is up on Arteezy, the fight's going to be so much harder. Let's take this Roshan now, but the damage just hasn't been good enough. Now it looks like with the Phantasm Path, the whole jump in from Sumail. Whoa! Jumps in there, pokes his head out, but it's going to be Liquid taking that Aegis Miracle. We'll get it. So, all the frustration aside, finally, the goal is achieved for Liquid.
Top, Arteezy does get the blink off before the hits. And that just comes down to S4. He went completely the other way. He went the long way around. If he holds that area roughly, just throws in bugs, I feel like it's harder for Liquid to just take that Roshan for free.
Yeah. They needed the vision inside of the pit, right? That's why Sumail just kind of makes that bold maneuver like that.
And Arteezy, he's spotted by this ward. Not about making the jump onto Matoma Man, who doesn't have that force death, but does have the Heaven's Halberd.
Evil Geniuses getting so much more out of the side lanes here, as you can see. S4 farming up that Ancient stack, crit, pushed in the bottom lane, got the tier 1 tower. That's kind of the trade-off for them giving up the Aegis.
I'd imagine pace-wise, yes, it's going to be hard for your Ursa to get out his damage, but the more farm this Storm gets, the more farm this Weaver gets, it's going to be a really easy game for them to play.
But now we've got a different form of initiation coming in. Matamba Man is going to go for the Blink Dagger, probably pick it up from the side shop here.
Yeah, I'd kind of like him to go Blink BKB Hex, some sort of build like that.
You want that, like, hard lockdown, right?
Yes. Just being able to jump Sumail instantly. You have to force Sumail to go for some kind of defensive item. I think he realizes because everything is so slow, he can get away with going for the Kaya into the Orchid back into the Bloodstone.
The Yules now for crit. That is a big upgrade for the Dark Willow.
And we haven't seen a kill on some time. As EG, it's hard to gank any of their heroes.
Yeah.
It's been 5 minutes since we've seen.
Pushing 10 here. Liquid still holding that slight net worth lead. You can see they're beginning to form up. They want to be able to take some objectives. They're looking to take that off-lane tower maybe. Right now it's just the bounty runes. I mean, you were okay with Liquid slowing down the pace earlier. Are you still fine with that?
I think once you take the Roshan, once you get the BKBs out, then you should just start taking fights nonstop.
Okay. And they're just going to be super aggressive at that point in time. Just headlong into fights, feeling that they're much stronger.
Matu is going for the Hex, by the way.
Okay.
Straight in. I sort of think he needs BKB, but I think he's realizing the problem that his team has. And look at S4. He plays with zero fear.
Turns around, Halberd, but you're absolutely right. He Shikuchi's onto the creeps just to get some more damage out there. Always knows he's got a time-lapse away.
It's going to be so hard for them to lock down both this Storm and this Weaver the later this game goes. And if either of them get linkage, you can forget about it. Which is why I think the Halberd build also has a lot of flexibility and value here. Being able to blink Halberd Hex in case they do get linkage eventually.
Right.
It's a good item against the Ursa and the Storm.
Between kiting the Ursa and then being able to Halberd him, feels like they can really neuter Arteezy's damage in these team fights. We still need that initiation. The Aegis gonna be wearing out soon here. But again, side lane pushes, they just haven't been able to deal with them. It's always a Weaver, it's always an Ursa. This time, Arteezy's actually gonna go for a kill. Managed to take down Kuro now. Fly's gonna die to both the Chaos Knight as well as the Wisp. They relocated in for them.
Both heroes with no escape abilities just get caught. And this is going to be the dance that both teams play. I feel like EG is just going to continue to dare Liquid to try to take fights, chase them around the map. If this Weaver continues to play this bottom side, then Matoma Man won't feel comfortable leaving.
BKB for S4. He thought about it earlier, went for the Maelstrom, knowing that, again, Felt like he kind of had a free game, no real threats on the board for him. They're going to delay BKB. RT is going to be picked up. Couldn't blink out of that one. Finally, they get a good initiation in on one of these cores that is just pushing in the side lanes non-stop. Finally, Liquid might be able to do something with that. Sumail is trying to push in the mid lane. They're going to go for the kill onto the Enchantress. Mind Control TP'd in for this one. Does have the Force Staff, trying to get away from the Dark Willow. Scared of the Bedlam, as he should be, while his allies are going to go for that tier 1 at top, Matumbaman. He's going to make sure they have enough team fight that Evil Geniuses will not challenge.
Yeah, and S4 just going to trade towers here. Gonna grab this tier 2, does get multicasted up, but gets it in the end as Liquid. You take what you can get.
Kuro, he thought he could put himself in front. He thought he was the big Tiki support, but maybe he's right. Actually, turn around, multicast runs into the Shukuchi. And S4 calls it a day. Now mid lane, Mind Control takes a lot of damage with the Orchid on him, but Sumail, he's now low on mana, will be able to get up the hill a little bit, but now he's completely out. He's still relying on his bottle. Bottle coming up in 2 seconds time, but Mind Control will be able to get the slow on him now. Crit's gonna come in for the Terrorize, does manage to get up, and the Infinite Shot comes in first. Now it's gonna be Mind Control maybe dying. Arteezy comes in with a BKB. They take apart the Enchantress. GH is gonna fall as well with the Yule Scepter and the Cursed Crown combination placed on Matumbaman. He's not going anywhere either, so it may have cost Sumail his life, but it was a good trade-off for Evil Geniuses in the end.
And it costs so much for them to just go in for that Storm. Arteezy over the top with Crit's help. And they're going to grab this tier 1 tower mid. And this is where EG's lineup is going to start to get really good. As you have to overcommit if you're on the side of Liquid to get any of these kills. And with the tier 2 tower down at bottom taken, if S4 hides in that area the entire time, he can just continue to pressure that, and all the Roshans of this game will be in EG's favor as Kuro claps it off.
I'm not sure if that was probably the moment that Arteezy blew a BKB to kill him. I'm guessing Kuro was probably okay with that trade-off. This last trade-off, though, probably not so happy. Evil Geniuses being able to take that mid tower. Still, though, EG is not up. That net worth is still less than 1K, and Liquid still have plenty of team fight power. They're closing in on the Chaos Knight, getting his level 3 Phantasm. That is a really big upgrade as well. If he can finish off the Heart, I feel like that's one of the peaks for Chaos Knight.
Yeah, there's 2 ways to deal with lineups that split push you. Either A, you get these hexes, these blink hexes to be able to instant jump. Because once you get the blink hex, you can get the relocate on top of another hero, grab the kill. And the other way is become so tanky that it doesn't matter. And that's what Liquid are trying to do to deal with this sort of split style from EG. But EG, I feel like if you take the tier 2 tower at top, it's going to be really hard for Liquid to defend these Roshans.
Yeah.
And Matumbaman might just get caught here. He does have a blink dagger, and that's why they're not immediately taking the jump on him, waiting for the rest of the heroes to come around as Sumail, trying to make this not so obvious.
But at the same time, Liquid are going for a smoke with their Wisp Chaos Knight. The smoke's gonna pop. Sumail immediately jumps out. Picks up the Illusion Rune. BKB now for Mind Control. S4 is going to continue the pressure onto this top lane, seeing that the tier 2 is so low. He knows Liquid is going to be forced into some sort of reaction. Matumbaman and Mind Control together are going to try and put a stop to this push.
Gets outside that range, the tower falling really low, and Mind Control just going to deny it straight up, as everybody from Liquid rotated here for this. And this is just going to force EG to do more of the same, split the map, continue to frustrate Liquid.
Look at Arteezy, just immediately running to the bottom half of the map. S4 always positions himself kind of where the most dangerous lane to push in is.
He should. He's got Shukuchi to work with, he's got a BKB, it's so hard for him to die. He's going to go for the Lincolns next. He understands that survivability is the name of this game. If they can outlast Liquid in these team fights.
And that's why Liquid desperately need that side device from Matumbaman. He is going to pick up the first item. He does have 2,700 gold, so he can get the Mystic Staff if he wants. So he's getting there.
Yeah, I'd like to see crit. Oh,
maybe he's going to be picked off here by Miracle. Slowed down. Thinks about the Chain Frost. Finally does let it go, but it doesn't go anywhere.
What Liquid? Roshan's up.
Is Crit just chilling out, waiting for... See if there's like some sort of support that walks into the jungle or something?
I thought he was going to cut the wave.
Yeah, I thought so too.
But instead, he's just going to chill around this area as Liquid immediately go into this Roshan pit. If you can't force fights around the towers, the best thing that you can do as a team that's struggling to catch anybody is to go for the objectives like Roshan.
Yeah. And it seems like Evil Geniuses don't really care too much. I'm sure they know with the bottom lane actually hitting the tier 3 that Liquid is elsewhere, and they're probably doing Roshan. Sure enough, you're right. Crit does go for the cut on the creep
Dire's
wave.
bottom tower is under attack.
This is all EG should do right now. Send heroes to cut waves, delay the timer, make it so that the Roshan isn't effective, then split up and get kills. Is Curl
And this is
gonna run
going to be
into
one of
this?
those opportunities for a kill. Trying to get a fast one under Curl. Now see if they can get out before Liquid can do anything about him. Man, actually got himself a little stuck here.
And with the 4-on-5, maybe they actually take this fight here. Here comes the jump.
From Sumail already managed to get the silence onto the Chaos Knight, preventing him from being able to do anything, but that is just going to be the first life. But already, it's going to be the Venomancer down as well. Arteezy goes for the TPL with the BKB. The physical damage, though, got the stun from Kuro as well. Didn't get the opportunity to TP fast enough.
Still, 3 kills and the buyback. Not bad at all by EG.
Yeah, the Aegis down as well for Miracle. He does have that heart, though. Long jump out onto my control, passes through him, tries to get some more. BKB activated, though. Sumail, low on mana once again. We've seen this story before, but as for with BKB trying to go for the kill into mind control, but the heal, it just seems to be too much. Now with the extra alpha crit, they will be able to get the kill. S4 just needs to make sure he can get out. He's gonna pop the time lapse. Oh, he actually got hit by the stun. Terrorize coming in, though. Nice dodge with the Phantasm. Miracle looks for the kill into S4, but can't quite do it. It's Fly with the force tap who saves him. The crit comes in from the side. Executes Kuro. 4 dead now from Liquid.
And Liquid right now are being pulled apart. EG doing such a good job of not giving them the straight 5-on-5 fight that they want. They always take it a weird angle. They try to get the jump first, pick off a hero. Liquid, they're playing very reactively here, trying to take what they can get, but the opportunities, they don't last for very long.
Another force stab, trying to get Sumail out of the way here. Miracle almost had him. Instead, it's going to have to go for the support in Fly, but the two of them, they're all by themselves. They're immediately going to go for the IO first, making sure that he doesn't get the opportunity to save the Chaos Knight's life. Now, Miracle is going to have to run his way back. He's got the BKB, so should not be pursued.
S4 pursuing upwards.
It
There
just
is a
seems to
sentry
be-
and a ward here for them.
S4 not going to get caught just yet. Maybe Miracle can find something else. Arteezy. Makes the stun. The enrage went out first, though. Poison Nova's going to come in. Terrorizes out. Doesn't manage to get a deal on the two of them. They're going to got a missile. He won't be able to get out of this one. Controlled up. He will die. And now it's going to be the silence onto Matumba Man. They're going to try and chase him down. Arteezy. They need to stop his Blink Dagger as soon as possible. But maybe S4 by himself is going to go for the kill. Matumba Man. Kuro slows him down a little bit more. Crit comes in. Curse Crown into the Yule Scepter. Almost an instant stun as he comes back down to Earth. And he's just food for Evil Geniuses.
And even though it's only a 2K lead for EG, you can sense that the team fights, they're not going to get easier as the game goes on for Liquid, as they just go for mind control at bottom lane. Arteezy has the blink, runs into the Ogre stun. He's going to enrage this off.
Another enrage in S4. He's just able to constantly play so much in the enemy's face, and it's forcing certain things out of Liquid that they just don't want to be using here. A tier 2 now going to go down. Evil Geniuses have taken every outer tower on the map.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
This bottom lane, the tower's getting taken pretty quickly as S4 time lapses backwards. We'll just get out.
Here comes the launch. With Arteezy and Sumail, they immediately go for the AO. Quite get him. They do get the force staff away on the Enchantress.
Dire's top tower.
They've gotten the kill there. Maybe they could have killed the tier 3. Instead, they'll just have to control the map. It's a 4,000 gold lead right now for Evil Geniuses. Liquid, though. I mean, it seems like they still can win in a team fight. They just aren't getting any of those team fights.
In a straight 5-on-5 team fight, I think they can still win. But the problem is that EG never gives them the straight 5-on-5. They try to jump one hero with the Storm or the Ursa, and Liquid tries to react a little bit too late to save a hero, but by that time they've already lost a hero. They're approaching a 4-on-5 fight.
Matumba Man almost jumped again. Instant Yule's coming out. Crit's going to be slowed down.
Maybe they get Crit here. This would be a pretty big pickoff. He's got the Aeon Disc.
And they actually spotted Fly, so they're going to go for that easier kill, pulling back in with the Reality Rift. Now, they do have a decent Frost Nova, but that doesn't do much.
And they lost mind control during that. This is what I'm talking about. They'll trade this every single day.
Dire scanning for enemies.
Now Liquid.
Easy, he might have just jumped a little bit too much.
Terrorize gonna come in. BKB activated by Miracle. He's gonna stay on top of RTZ. Actually missed out on the Gale, but still GH comes in, helps Miracle to be able to claim the life of the bear. S4, as always, will be able to escape. But with 2 dead, can Liquid finally start pushing down a lane? Can they take an objective? They popped the Phantasm for that, so they want to get more than just a kill on RTZ.
The S4 going to be a nuisance to them and send them back. And this is what's always going to reset the fight for them as
Jump in by
comes.
Sumail into mid lane. Just jump TPO.
Here I am.
The Illusions are going to push out this top lane. You can see that the EG,
Let the fun begin.
they should be able to sense that they are ahead in this game.
Scythe though, finally, Liquid. They can get some hard initiation and might just be able to catch some of these heroes from Evil Geniuses that have been frustrating them so much with their split pushing. And once they do that, once they get 1 or 2 pickoffs, then maybe they can finally get the 5-on-5s that they really want. EG will be a bit slow. Of course, S4 was already prepared for it. He has the Lincolns, so he'll be one of the few who can continue fearlessly head into Liquid's side of the map.
And the good news for Liquid is that Miracle is still absurdly farmed. He's the highest net worth in this game.
Yeah.
By 2,000 gold. Got all the tank ability. He's got his own form of initiation with the Blink Dagger.
He's done a very good job of keeping up. Especially since it feels like Liquid has less control of the map than EG.
Yeah, the question right now for EG is, can you just keep this game going? People can't really get picked up. RTZ, I felt like, got a little bit too over-eager as top lane S4. Got to be careful here. They have a way to disable that Lincoln, but Tama Man, he's looking for it.
He managed to get the sight device on S4. This is going to be a big time to go for the Terrorize. No! Infinite shot from Mind Control is the last bit of damage needed. He's dead for 80 seconds with no buyback. Now Liquid. Now they can push out the side lanes. Now they can actually go and see if they can force a fight on Evil Genius' side of the map. It's going to start with a relocate. See if they can get another pickoff onto Fly. And as always, Fly is going to be, well, he actually does get out this time. With 4-step into the high ground, he's good. Looks like that Reality Rift just put our Chaos Knight in the wrong side
He's
of
going
the
for
river.
it right now. Solo kill attempt.
Trying to get a fast kill onto the Venomancer, force him into the Nova with a jump in from Sumail. Together, that is some serious firepower.
He's just getting so farmed right now. 20 Bloodstone charges, Sumail.
And he just keeps on going for those super long zips. Doing so much damage. Finds a haste rune. GH. Okay. GH won't be able to nab that one. And with the Orchid on him, won't be able to escape either. Liquid kind of forming on the high ground here, but it's not a fight they want to take.
And that's 2 heroes down.
Evil Geniuses. Man, the moment you thought with that Scythe of Ice, you know, the pickoff on S4, it's like, all right, you've seen Liquid just slowly but surely losing more and more ground to Evil Geniuses, but then right back at you. It's going to be Crits and Sumail getting that pickoff onto the Venomancer.
As Sumail just continues to deal with these waves. And Liquid, they have to be hating this game right now. It does not feel like their future is in their control.
Yeah.
They just have to wait for EG to make mistakes if they're going to get back into this game. RTZ did overexert himself by going for that jump on a Kuro earlier. They need more moments like that. EG, if you play it safe, you wait for this next Roshan, you give the Aegis to Sumail, it's going to be so hard to bring him down twice. They're going to go for the smoke. They anticipate the fight first. Sumail, he's ready.
Mind Control maybe caught. They drew out the Abyssal Blade onto RTZ.
The long zip over the top.
Controlled long jump in from Sumail looking for more. Kuro trying to get away with his Glimmer Cape. Dual Scepter placed onto Miracle. Will not pop the Phantasm. He's not too afraid, especially because Mind Control with the buyback is forcing Evil Geniuses away. EG's happy. They force something out of Liquid. Get out, losing nothing in return.
They did have to use the BKB, though, on the Ursa. This is going to make them a little bit more tentative as Roshan is up.
Oh, that's true. That could really help if Liquid, having used that buyback, they want to be able to get something for it. I'll see that Roshan's up now.
They're going to run into RTZ here. I don't know if they have the damage. Just pops the Enrage.
Rage trying to jump away, Reality Rift, pull back, turns around, does manage to get the Abyssal Blade hit onto Miracle. Now in the mid lane, they're also going for Kuro, but RTZ's the much bigger bounty. They will be able to get it again. The Terrorize not there in time. Crit tries to get some damage onto GH, but has to play careful against Mind Control. RTZ down, S4 immediately trying to push out all the lanes. But Liquid can go for Roshan and see if Evil Geniuses are willing to blow a buyback on the Ursa to stop it from happening.
Yeah, that top lane is not in good enough position to force Liquid back, and they're going to take down this Roshan pretty quickly here. As Miracle, 5-6 slotted up. Just going to hit this with this Reality Rift. What's the response as Sumail jumps in, the buyback from the Ursa?
The Vice, they can turn on it, but he gets a force out of the pit. Miracle has now popped the Phantasm, won't be able to get anything for it. Sumail jumping back in, does manage to get the win, and blows him up pretty easily. RTZ in the front line, already taking on, managed to finish off the Enchantress. Miracle's going to be up next, but they see GH. GH tethered in, and now he's going to be caught. Immediately, they try to go for it. The cheese goes down, 5 seconds till RTZ's going to go to S4. He's going for it. RTZ said S4 can get the damage out. GH is away. S4 now going to have to let Sumail jump in immediately. Sight the Vice once again. He keeps on trying to get in. 4 seconds around. The Terrorize. Crit saving Sumail. Now Liquid on the run. Miracle trying to get out, but Sumail bouncing around him. It's a 1 versus 3. Miracle needs to be able to grab somebody here. 4 seconds on out of S4. He has to crit him. 1,000 damage. Crit turning, looking at Sumail. Not sure where he wants to go. Now orcing it up. Can't do anything. GH couldn't save him either. Crit drops low. GH will get away a buyback now from Miracle. He wants to come back into this fight. He sees how low Evil Geniuses is. He'll find Crit first. Fortunately, Sumail had enough mana to be able to get away, but Fly, bit by bit, the Chaos Knight is coming. He wants to be able to find him.
He's getting really out of position here, though.
But now he's going to be slowed down. Chivas, Miracle. He's deep into Evil Genius' side of the map, but now Sumail, he actually gets a 3-second stun. Miracle gets his win, but no! He jumps away, trying to get out. Miracle has one more Reality Rift. Finally does manage to spot him. Sumail jumps a little bit farther. One hit. That's all he needs. It's the bolt that claims him. Miracle dies, but he does manage to get the kill onto Sumail first.
And Crit in the back lines does pick up GH, who is desperately trying to make it to his buddy. And now it's EG. That fight so hectic. Both teams losing a significant amount of gold, but they come out ahead with heroes at the very least. The Enchantress about to respawn, same with the Venomancer.
Evil Geniuses will have a minute. They know that there's no buyback on Miracle and GH. So they can wait until Sumail and RTZ are back up, and it'll be a 3 versus 5 for a full minute.
As the jump in comes
Or
on
maybe it's
Akuro.
gonna be even worse. Crit trying to go for the Ogre. Again, Glimmer Cape and Force Sap always saving these heroes from. Now the jump in from Matumba Man. Managed to get the Poison Nova. Immediately gets the Gale as well onto Crit. He's taking so much damage, but now the Chain Frost bouncing onto the creeps. The Terrorize as well. They managed to control up Matumba Man with the Curse Crown as well. S4 looking to be able to get that kill. Crit eventually takes out, but now the jump in from Sumail. He finishes off Matumba Man. Looks for more. S4, he's got to get out of here. He's halberded up. BKB, no time lapse away. He's dead as well. Liquid, they don't need the buybacks of the Chaos Knight and the Wisps, but they will have to give up on Aegis, Cheese, and a Refresher Shard.
That's going to be the big grab for them, as EG, they were just trying to buy time for that Roshan attempt to happen. That was why all the buybacks were expended in the first place. But Liquid, not going quiet into this night. They are still the defending champions. A lot of pride here for them.
Status resistance, level 25 for the Ursa. It's going to make a big difference. As I'm sure the Chaos Knight was hoping to get those stuns, man. That kill, that turnaround by Miracle, being able to kill Sumail, absolutely massive. I mean, he massively overextended himself, though, in the first place.
It's because GH was coming, but Crit saw the spirits. You can barely see him, his ult finishing up.
Crit's just constantly trying to hunt GH every single time, right?
You see Sumail, he'll take that trade every single day of the week.
Now Liquid are full 5-man up, but thanks to the Aegis and all the other bounties of the Roshan kill, can't really do anything while S4 and Crit are still dead. So instead, they're just gonna push out some of the lanes. S4.
Bottom lane gonna get dealt with.
Yeah.
Here comes the win probability.
69% now. To the favor of Evil Geniuses. Liquid, though, in that last fight, I think they really proved that they can deal with the Storm Spirit. Thanks to the side device, I mean, 2 times they just answered Sumail. Unfortunately, they just didn't have the damage the first time he zipped in. As thanks to a really good Glimmer Cape and Force Staff out by Fly, Sumail was able to escape. But Liquid at least showed they have the tools available. But can they deal with an Aegis Storm? That is a dramatic difference.
Liquid, they've got a DD rune on Miracle. This is a huge pickup this late into the game. As you see how he can burst heroes down.
Bloodthorn now for Sumail.
See EG, even with the Aegis, they're still tentative to take this fight. Like you said, it's not as clean as they'd like it to be.
They're going
for it. They might just go for it.
They have the double damage. They have the double damage on the Chaos Knight. That's why they want to do this. Even with the Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard, and all the odds that should go in the favor of Evil Geniuses.
And look at this Invis rune, both sides eyeing it here. Miracle.
Miracle will take it. Evil Geniuses have spotted that. They're going to try and jump forward. Already got the Blood Orchid now. Immediately pops a Phantasm, tries to turn. Unable to get a stun on anybody while Tease, he jumps forward, tried to go for mind control, couldn't quite get it. Pulled away by the Refresher. Airrise didn't really hit a whole lot, but he pops the Refresher. Does manage to get another round, being raised to the BKB. Oh, good Nova going out, but the chain Arteezy's gone. Arteezy's already dead. Matomaman's going to fall right after him. His crit tries to finish him off. You'll Scepter finally does manage to get an escort Sumail. Sumail's running low on mana, but does still have that Aegis, so he's going to come back soon. But they need to get out. Cursed Crown actually stunning the 2 of them together while Sumail comes back up. He jumps away. It seems like the double damage was enough for Miracle. They took away the Aegis. That was not a bad fight for Liquid whatsoever.
No, it wasn't. And it starts because Miracle is just so hard to take down in the first place.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think they should look at him.
Yeah, please.
He's got almost 6,000 HP.
He's got a heart on him, a Ghost Scepter.
Jesus.
They are not touching Miracle if this Wisp is alive.
And it's not like the others are easy to deal with either. Mind control with his untouchable. That's where Arteezy's already headed for every single time.
Arteezy immediately jumps on a GH. He thinks this is going to be a free kill, but that's a hard IO.
Yeah. And he's going to have Aeon Disc up next. Jump in. They already got the combination on the GH. They're looking to be able to keep him stunned with the Cursed Crown. Kuro trying to get a stun in somewhere. Miracle, though, is going to be able to have that BKB activated. Alive. Ryan threatens Sumail with just his physical damage. There goes the Terrorize, pushing back the 2 supports, but Miracle is still on those front lines. It's surprising how, despite not being able to stun the Storm Spirit, he just keeps on running at Storm, and he just puts physical damage onto him. And sometimes it's enough. It's enough to force Sumail back.
And you see, once again, they try to go onto that GHIO. They're just not successful. And once he gets this Aeon Disc, it's not going to get any easier here. As Liquid, this is what I meant. You need to be able to brute force it. If you can't get the catch, it's your ability to just stand together as a 5-man. That'll win you this game.
And Sumail's just he has to burn through so much mana trying to make sure he doesn't get stunned or anything, and he's just not putting a damage in.
He's going to need Arteezy with the jump. But they have to time this a lot better. When you go on GH, if he gets the Ghost Scepter off first, he'll never die. It'll take you way too long to get that kill. So somebody on their team needs to be able to get the Purge off. And that's why the Weaver is going to be his job with the Nullifier. S4 really needs this item. That'll be the next turning point for EG.
And the funny thing is, now they've got the relocate cooldown. Like, Liquid don't need to play on EG's side of the map so much. They can just kind of relocate out to these sidelines occasionally because it's always up. The heart for the Enchantress. Tank on tank on tank. And it's funny when the Venomancer is the squishiest one on the field. And yet he's got Halberd, Ghost Scepter, Hood. There's the relocate again, just to push out some of the sidelines.
Arteezy making his way down there, but he cannot kill anybody by himself. This is so problematic for his hero. The Ghost Scepters, the Hearts, the Hurricane Pikes. He jumps in a little bit too late.
The Nullifier will make a big difference once S4 has that one, but he's got to make sure he doesn't get caught first. Fortunately, with that super fast Shikuchi movement speed, he's going to pop the BKB as soon as Matumba Man threatened that Linken's.
EG 13k up. No DD rune or anything on the side of Liquid, so they're still hesitant to fight. But they see that bottom lane. Mind control that grabs it. Does not want to risk anybody from EG grabbing that.
Over here now.
Miracle is now giving up his top net worth slot. It's going to be Sumail, who's looking at an Aghanim Scepter. What do you think about that upgrade for the Storm Spirit?
I think it's fantastic against Liquid's lineup because they ball up together to try to take the fight.
Right.
That'll work against them once he gets the Ags.
He sort of jumps from Sumail or just push out the creep wave.
I think once he gets the Ags and once they get the Nullifier, they should be looking to take team fights.
Right. That's still going to be a bit because everyone needs to make sure that they still have buyback even after they buy their items. Speaking of buybacks, the last one from Liquids is just about to come back up. That was Matumba Man's 5 minutes ago. He's working on a BKB now.
We've got the calm before the storm right now. As you're not going to see too many pickoffs. It's just usually going to be large-scale fights when it comes to lineups like this.
Yeah. And does that next fight happen around Roshan?
Yes. Both teams need the Aegis. Liquid needed to keep it away from the Storm Spirit.
Yeah. It's not necessarily the greatest on their team, but you keep like Storm Spirit's got to be the best to have it. Divine
That's a
Rapier.
Divine.
Okay.
Okay, Miracle says, I need to be able to just burst somebody.
Yes.
This is how you do it. Screw control. If you can just kill the side heroes on the side of EG, maybe this is how you get it done.
This is very interesting.
Yeah, it's not even they're not even really in a desperation position.
No.
This is playing to win.
I mean, this is also like no one wants to touch Miracle because he's so damn big. He is so tanky that he might as well just build up on his damage as much as possible. Who needs boots? You've got Reality Rift. You can pull the enemy to you.
Yeah, I think the best part about this too is he knows that GH is going to be the first target anyways.
Yeah.
So he's going to have plenty of time to get his damage off, as he's going to find an illusion rune.
And that's going to be super scary for all of Evil Geniuses, because he's also got the Reality Rift piercing the spell immunity, so it's not even like a BKB, and just movement speed keeps them ahead of Miracle.
Yeah, it's going to be Arteezy that has to be careful about this.
Yeah.
As he gets blown up in this game. So now it's going to be a question of who can take down who supports first.
For me, the biggest question is Miracle going to hit that big crit when he needs it?
I don't want to see... Okay, he does 1,700 damage with that crit. That is almost the entirety of S4's HP pull.
Ooh, man. Fortunately, everybody on this side of Evil Geniuses has a lot of armor, thanks to your boy Fly. And he's going to give a little bit of extra helping hand here with the level 25. I wonder if he's going to go reach in.
Well, Liquid right now, they're gathered around this Roshan pit. I think you might even want to give... you probably give the Aegis to Mind Control.
Yeah.
Give the cheese to GH as they're going to
Relocate
push out.
to pick up bounty runes. They are mega value right now.
Yeah, they give so much gold.
Stupendous.
Liquid have begun to get vision around that Roshan pit, and Roshan is coming up. 6 seconds. This is where things will finally come to a head.
The IO decided to go for the Spirit's damage. He has no interest in giving that Ags. There are fantastic heroes for him to give Ag Scepter bonus to.
Yeah.
But he understands, I'm not playing with any of you guys. I've linked up the buddy system. It's Miracle.
Miracle's not wanting to use Phantasm Hunting. So. Ward, thrown into the Roshan pit. Liquid knows. I'm sure Evil Geniuses know as well.
Relocate. Maybe they set a trap here, EG. If they're fast enough, this is the Divine Rapier. Here comes
the jump in. They're going to try and blow up GH. If they can kill him, there's going to be no relocate. Well, with the Nullifier down, they will be able to take us on his own. Now going to be left alone with his Divine Rapier. He's dead. Liquid, no buyback on Miracle either. A smoke kick by Evil Geniuses. It doesn't happen at the Roshan pit.
They were so
set
smart.
The trap.
They knew that Liquid anticipated them around that Roshan pit. That was such a genius play. Liquid thought they were going to take a Roshan fight. They were headed around the area. They went to deal with bottom lane. They figured that EG was going to be holed up in this top area. But EG, they went for the next level play. They thought ahead. And this is how you're going to win games against a team like Liquid.
Liquid's been doing this time and time again. They've been relocating to push out the side lanes. One of the problems was they needed that Nullifier to deal with Ghost Scepter of GH's. And a smoke up together. They find that Divine Rapier. Arteezy now has it. Miracle, head in his hands, knowing that they are in serious trouble now. 30,000 gold lead for Evil Geniuses after that exchange.
EG feeling it right now.
Refresher shard for Fly. He's got the Aghanim Scepter too. So we may be seeing double infinite bouncing chain cross on top of the Phantasm of the Chaos Knight, but he doesn't even have it yet.
Watch for Sumail. He's got the Aghanim Scepter. He wants the long zip. The Lich combo with it. And this could just end Liquid in game number 1. He's got the mana pull for it. The Clarity stacked up.
Nice
the Storm looking for the zip. Here comes.
He's gonna pop it, but here comes a long jump in from Sumail, landing right on top of Matumba Man. Only gonna be able to pull in with the Cursed Ground. The chain's done. They take him out. He does have buyback though. And with Miracle coming back up as well, Evil Genius is gonna have to retreat here. They're completely slowed down. Miracle's gonna be able to grab him. Turn around though. Here comes the Terrorize as well. BKB barely manages to go up. Miracle can go back in, especially with the Nova. He's gonna pull Arteezy in. He knows that he's got Arteezy down. He needs to be able to get that Divine
got the Rapier.
Second life. Can Arteezy get out of here instantly? Inside the bites, he's gonna be blown up. Sumail and support on follow-up, but they're using the Aetron's coming in. It's bouncing around. The BKB is activated as Liquid manages to split up. They take down Sumail too. It just keeps on staying on mind control. Matumba Bet, but it doesn't matter. Liquid, they hold. They get that back to Divine Rapier and S4. He almost got caught as well.
Oh boy, Miracle came in at the last second. The perfect timing.
Shrine is under attack.
And you saw Matumba Man, he blinks away from the rest of his team. He drags that Chain Frost away.
Yeah. So fast. Liquid so fast on the reaction, seeing that Evil Geniuses just overextend themselves just a little bit. They see that Divine Rapier available.
And the buyout's coming in. GH going for the Aeon Disc. As S4, he's gonna run into him. He's got a DD rune.
He does have that nullifier. He's got to wait until he pops the Aeon Disc. So he won't be able to go for the kill.
Miracle gonna grab this tier 2 tower. And I can't believe that Liquid are still in this game despite everything that had happened. No buyback on their CK. They lost their Rapier. They gave up Aegis Cheese and Refresher Shard, and they still managed to hold.
Evil Geniuses will not be forced into a buyback here. S4 is pushing in the bottom lane enough. Liquid are a bit too scared going high ground into the Storm Spirit. They're not even going to try it. We look back at that last team fight. See, the jump in just wasn't quite what Sumail imagined, and they blew so much. The BKBs, the Enrage, and he already got the slowdown. Combined with the buyback, Liquid were in such a strong space.
And Sumail running out of mana here. He made the long zip in. All he finds is the Veno. And if you look at Matumba Man, when the Chain Frost flies in, he just tanks it for the rest of his team.
And Fly is so slow that he can't get the immediate Chain Frost. He tries to run back in.
The 5-man zip pull.
That was so pretty.
And Matumba Man, he instantly splits from his team, takes both of them over with him. The presence of mind to be able to do that in that team fight.
Yeah.
But Matumba Man, he's happy.
We head back into what seems to be a very even game. Maybe a 16,000 gold lead for Evil Geniuses, but Liquid have proved that they can take a team fight against EG. And one team fight is all it takes at this point. S4 scouting out some of these heroes, going to be spotted here. BKB activated, relocate coming in as well. He's got to get out. Matumba Man's trying to keep pace here, but he's too damn fast.
All the BKBs are low. Won't cost them too much. As Kuro, he's got to be careful here. GH gets gone on, but it's just a feint. They know that he is not an easy target. 3.8k health nearly on him.
Yeah.
Go Scepter, Aeon Disc.
A late bail for Crit. With all of this magic damage, hoping to be able to improve everybody else's. Matumba Man picks up a heart. He was one of the squishier ones, and that's why I think Sumail tried to go for him last time around to see if they could just take him out before the Poison Nova went down. Now it's going to be a lot harder. He already had the armor, and now he's got the HP thanks to the heart.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Liquid getting ran around once again. EG trying to calm themselves, reset the game a little bit. They must have been so confident about that bottom fight, especially once they grabbed Matumba Man and they had the Rapier on their hands. And this is where the game becomes a little bit tricky for them, because they know that the opportunity to lose the team fight still exists.
He's by himself. He has a Blink Dagger, managed to get away from Crit.
S4, he's on his way.
BKB as well. He needs to pop it, but he gets hit by the Nullifier first. Oh no! He is going to go down here. He does not have buyback. He's dead for 2 minutes.
This is your opportunity, EG. You have to go for it right now. Everybody gathered around this area. Sumail still has mana. No buyback on the Veno. Can Liquid hold again?
In a 4 versus 5, this is going to be so different. The Phantasm pops early here by Miracle. He does have the Blink Dagger. So everyone's got to be very nervous about that hard kind of initiation.
He's looking for one hero. He finds him.
And Arteezy gets on the BKB first. They still manage to line up with the Phantasm. Managed to get a good pull off with the Chain Frost, but the Tower Rise as well. It's going to hold the two supports together where Miracle, he's getting torn apart by Arteezy. He managed to get the kill thanks to the Bash. GH is going to die as well. He only has a buyback on the Miracle. Losing his Witch is going to cost him so much, and he doesn't have the Phantasm. He doesn't have the Divine Rapier. Evil Geniuses now control Liquid space. And S4 not even caring about mind control at this point. He's just going straight for the objectives. Sumail's gonna zip in. Doesn't really want to blow the BKB. Throws out the Orchid. And they're just playing so scared even still. It's now the drop in. They're gonna be able to get the Enchantress. A buyback there. But it's a 2 versus 5 and Evil Geniuses. Maybe after watching LGD try and go straight for the throne and fail, they will not do the same. They're going to try and go the super conservative route of just going for Megas. But now with a pick off onto the Enchantress, it could be big. The BKB activated first. Force that out. Mind control turning and fighting S4, forcing him to use that time lapse.
And they're still sticking around the area. There's no buybacks on their side.
Need to go anywhere. Another BKB gonna be blown. Arteezy looking for the bash, trying to get it. Brambles also being laid down. The BKB lasts a little bit too long, but now they're terrorized off the pull in. Takes the negative step through the chain frost, bouncing back and forth. They are both dead, and that's it. Liquid, they have a buyback on the Wisp. Venomancer and Ogre are back up, but those are not the damage dealers, and that's why Liquid are gonna call it here. Game 1 will be taken by Evil Geniuses in 64 minutes.
A game by EG. They were so patient. That move they made towards that bottom lane twice now. Yeah, they played for the win. And now EG and Vancouver's very own is just one game away.
But I think overall it's pretty good. It gives them some hero that's mobile, can move around, do stuff. But there's the Timbersaw. All right, winner. What a ball. Calling the shots here. Well, there we have it. 2 heroes that weren't quite discussed in the earlier drafts, but coming out in full force. This is going to be game number 2 between these two teams. Team Liquid currently looking to come back and make it a series. And before we go into game, we have a chance to get a little bit more insight into Team Liquid as Casey awaits with Heen.
That was a really great first game. It was really, really close. What kind of adjustments are you making, especially when it comes to the draft we just saw?
Well, I think it's kind of funny because the first game there were a lot more heroes unbanned. Basically, we expected them to ban different heroes, so there were a lot of different heroes, and we kind of weren't prepared for that scenario, and we ended up with a lineup that isn't like the classic Liquid lineup. But despite that, we played really well. I think we could have easily won the game if we made better decisions. And this time around, we stuck to more, Liquid-esque heroes. So
is that they tried. They were like, what's the last pick gonna be? Well, we're gonna go ahead and grab a Viper to see if we can shut Sumail out entirely. It's funny because this matchup does host 2 of the best mids in the world, right? We got Miracle on one side, we've got Sumail on the other. Though Miracle is going to be playing the Terrorblade in this game.
And Liquid 1 game away from elimination. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Being defending champions is not easy. Every single target on your back, and EG, they could do it with Arteezy, home crowd at his back.
Especially Evil Geniuses, right? After losing earlier in the group stage, they said they learned a lot, and I'm sure they continue to watch Liquid games as they made their way through that lower bracket. We are going to be having bottom lane. It's going to be Brewmaster and Vengeful Spirit, GH Mind Control duoing up to see if they can put some pressure on the Spectre that is going to be playing by Arteezy. Of course, he's got the Extra balancing acts of the Fly Lich, which is going to be able to sacrifice and pull the lane back, which will make it a little bit harder for that Brewmaster. Our mid lane matchup, we talked about a little bit early on, is going to be the Sumail Timbersaw, which Winter said he actually called out that pick. Said it actually is not that bad against the Viper, despite the break that is provided by Tumbaman and his Nether Toxin. And then our top lane, we do have the aggressive lane from S4 Crit, Dark Willow, and Wraith King. This is a kill duo trying to keep Miracle down in his Terrorblade, but Kuro and Miracle are going to try and do a battle here for this Bounty Rune, see if they can secure that extra little bit of gold at the start of the game, and they will.
Yeah, they're going to get 3 out of 4 here, so early lead from them. And this is the combo that we saw Mineski actually just lose 2 games in a row with.
Yeah.
Put Ice 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 on this Wraith King. Let's see if EG can kind of right things for themselves.
In theory, it's supposed to be a really good duo, right? Because you've got a setup stun into the brambles, you've got a lot of physical damage you can lay out. Crit. Interesting position here. Curl, because the creeps don't aggro right away, looks to be able to put some pressure on S4, but Evil Geniuses had that all planned out. They managed to get the early Wraithfire Blast into the brambles. Curl's going to be blocked out and will be your first blood, S4. The aggressive duo of S4 and Crit strike the first blood and make a extra good start for their laning phase.
At mid lane, predictably, I think Sumail doing just fine. Rare that we see him just outright lose lanes, and this lane is not that bad for him. Like Winter said, the break mechanic doesn't really come into play until later on, and he should just be able to tank up most of the damage once he gets aggro on himself with the creep wave. So it's going to be the other lanes that we turn towards.
See the breakdown here, the Spectre. Gonna be feeling that pressure of the Brewmaster, being a melee hero, being in range of that clap, you never really know when you're gonna be gone on. That's why you can see RTZ always trying to pull the lane back into himself. Lich will be able to help out with that
look
as
at that
well.
port. Block the dagger onto the range creep.
And so because of that, they'll get the deny. They're already having an experience problem because of Fly throwing down the sacrifice on those range creeps, so they've gotta kind of even things out a bit. The Glyph will be able to slow down the Lich and his progression into more sacrifice as well as the Lich armor, which is going to help RTZ survive against all this harassment.
Top lane, Miracle getting gone on here. He's starting to get pretty low.
Dangerously low, just bursted down by the Shadow Realm. You can see Kuro just really can't leave Miracle alone for long, but he doesn't provide a disable or anything, just purely harassment with the Treants. But once they decide to throw out that Wraithfire Blast, there's little he can do to stop him. The attempt at a dagger again for the range creep, missed by RTZ. Mind Control snags the deny.
RTZ's not even doing that bad. He still has 7 CS, doing just fine for himself. And they need this bottom lane to go better on the side of Liquid because of how hard top is getting hurt. 2 kills early on.
Miracle did die early, but he is second in CS right now, 12 and 2. Again, that's thanks to the space that Kuro's trying to buy him, just running Treants down the lane, trying to get that harassment in against Crit.
Yeah, they got to be comfortable trying to win the region war. As Miracle still has 6 tangos to work with, the Treants are going to eventually push things in their favor. So Miracle just has to be a little bit more patient here because they have no real way of getting kills themselves in this lane.
Right.
Unless EG really mess up. So it's going to be bottom lane that they're going to hope pays off for them.
The Wraith King really not doing too well in CS either, sitting at 8-1. Just the kills more than anything. They are going to be able to pull the lane back. That's going to make things hard for Miracle. GH gets a little bit out of position here against RTZ. The dagger. Mind Control gets next to him though, just to make sure there isn't that extra desolate damage.
Yeah. There is very good news for Liquid fans because I think that Mind Control should almost always be able to get his ulti off.
Yeah.
He would have to severely mess up in this game not to be able to get it off. Or he'd have to blink into a Terrorize. Like Crit would have to really outplay him from the fog.
Big forward trying to get close enough to Fly. Will manage to get the magic missile. Follow up clap. Fly is going to be able to get the blast onto GH, maybe giving up his life underneath the tower. Mind Control's not able to get that kill, and now the two of them are dangerously. GH getting body blocked a little bit, does heads to the stick, turns around, gets off another magic missile, but Mind Control and GH, they still have another full minute until the Shrine is back up. So that loss of that HP is really going to hurt them and all the pressure they're trying to put onto Artur.
Yeah, and it looks like the regen battle is going to be won by EG down here, which is going to help their lane quite a bit. By GH, going to make
Top
the
lane,
rotation.
trying to go for the kill onto Kuro, but S4 is taking a ton of physical damage. They do finally finish up that support, but losing S4 in return. Miracle with the Metamorphosis pushes back Crit as well. And look at the trees trying to get in position to block him in. Fortunately, Crit is wise to that. We'll just TP out instead.
S4 just trades out a little bit as Matama Man trying to deal quite a bit of damage here to Sumail. Now still 25 CS, doing just fine in this mid lane when it comes to that.
Yeah. You said this is about the time that you're going to see the Viper really trying to put the pressure onto that Timbersaw. First stun coming out onto Arteezy. Kuro is actually going to TP in, letting Helping Hand. He needs to be able to get to the trees, but thanks to Kuro cutting down some of those trees, there's no quick escape for the Spectre.
And that is going to hurt things a little bit. As EG going to try to reset off with this Kuro. Can of course just use a teleport scroll up to that top lane. And this is the benefit of having a support Nature's Prophet, is he can be everywhere. It doesn't cost you anything to make these rotations. You're not going to sell out your safe lane player. But instead, he's going to make that rotation towards mid lane. They do know it's coming. You saw the line has been drawn by Fly.
Yeah.
Sumail doesn't seem that concerned, though, about a Nature's Prophet making a rotation.
Yeah, it's just more physical damage. There's no stun, there's no heavy burst of magic damage, and that would be the two things that would actually threaten a Timbersaw. So I'm not entirely sure what Kuro is planning here. Maybe
Top lane, S4.
Reflection, now the TP
Kuro's
coming
coming in.
out from Kuro, managed to get the trees in front of S4. Look at those body blocks, managed to eat through the tree though. S4, thanks to the Quelling Blade, does manage to get a little bit distance. It's going to be a close call, but the Curse Crown, Kuro had to stay away from that one and will miss out on the kill on S4 as a result.
Ooh, I feel like they should have been able to get one of those, but they split targets. You saw GH went on a crit.
Will Shrine together though, so really no momentum loss for S4 and Crit. They immediately smoke up and are going to try and push into the high ground here.
Maybe a kill on Miracle is possible. He still doesn't have meta. But they might not anticipate this as S4 trying to find the angle around. He's going to lead with the stun. Here comes the skeleton.
He gets the skeletons into the Rayfire Blast. That way the skeletons target Miracle with this magic damage from the Shadow Realm. It will be enough to burst down Miracle.
And the crit for just good measure as Sumail pushing Matama Man out of this lane so far.
Dire's middle tower's in trouble.
Yeah, Sumail, look at him. He's just getting damage onto that mid tower now.
He's got 4 levels of the reactive armor. It's so hard for Matama Man to do anything about
Top
this.
lane, they're going to go for the kill on S4, who's only level 5, so the Metamorphosis. Yeah, good job with the tree, and it's just making sure he's not going anywhere. Gives the kill to Miracle, who really needs that kind of recovery.
And Sumail mid.
Viper strikes. Sumail doesn't have an easy way out of this one. Goes for the TP, and will make it. There is no Shrine there. But fortunately, he had a lot of reactive armor stacks, so he'll actually heal up a lot before he returns to lane.
Gonna run into crit here. Immediately dodges it.
And he has 10 magic stick charges. Apparently not afraid of GH now the magic missile is gone. That Metamorphosis is going to wear out soon. That's why Miracle wants to put the damage onto this offlane tower as soon as possible. But EG going to try and shore up this area. Trying to go for the kill. They manage to get a stun. The Rayfire Blast into the brambles. Miracle gets a stick off. That's a little bit of an HP. Magic missile as well. 2 more shots to support. That's going to be enough. They managed to get in now. The Sprout locking in Crit as well as Fly. The 2 supports of Liquid trying to battle through in a 2 versus 3. Managed to get one of them. But now with the Shadow Realm, it's almost enough to kill Kuro. With the Curse Crown on the other support, Crit managed to get that killing spree onto Kuro and walks away with the extra spirit. The damage. Ooh. The spirit fades just in time.
Kuro does have TP though. Not sure if he's gonna go for the snipe or not.
That would be a pretty wild play. Doesn't look like it. Mind Control's getting close to level 6 now. So he might try for a kill onto Arteezy with that extra bit of killing power.
I'd like to see them rotate Kuro down here with his TP once he hits 6. Does have it available. He's gonna wait for Arteezy to commit a little bit more to the creep wave. He doesn't want it happening around that tree line because Arteezy will just pop that wand, immediately dagger downwards.
Right. That's why Kuro really helps out by being able to kill some of those trees.
You see he's just waiting to see if Arteezy does push forward at all.
Brambles actually snagged him. Immediate TP out from GH. It's going to be close call though. The magic damage is too much. That Shadow Realm, Crit has picked up so many kills that he is actually over-leveled at this point.
What?
He's level 5.
It's level 5 and he's already got the components of heals coming out. That's going to be a very good way to deal with Miracle as a rotation from Atama Man.
Great scan by EG, spots that, but Kuro is still going to go for the kill here. Actually,
Get out of
in, spots Arteezy. Arteezy pops the ultimate.
the ulti
Jump wherever he wants. He's going to go for mind control. He doesn't see anywhere else to go because everyone else is inside the Dire base. So Arteezy, he had nowhere to be able to run to.
His bottom tower needs a hand.
Liquid, they get a huge kill. They needed some sort of pressure onto Arteezy. They brought so many heroes down there. Getting there and not getting a kill would have been a huge disappointment. They did lose mid tower for that. Sumail gonna TP down here. You do not want to go on this guy.
Dire's top tower is falling.
Right now, this Timber Sign, he's the indomitable force. It's very hard for Liquid to be able to challenge him, but they're going to go for it.
They're gonna try.
Master Ultimate, Sumail. He does not have a quick way out of here since he TP'd in. He's going to be controlled up. A lot of magic coming out from those Brewlings thanks to that Fire Panda. And sure enough, he dies just like that. He thought he could actually hold that tower by himself. After being able to take the mid-tier 1, he couldn't be more wrong, though. And Liquid, will he still be able to even out the objectives? Getting a kill on to Sumail was just an added bonus.
The seeds of fortune
Kuro gonna run into the courier. Immediately gonna TP out.
for the dead.
The S4 just continues to push that top lane.
Free regen rune for Crit. Nothing ever happened.
The way that
He dodges it. Regen stays alive.
the all chat immediately after. And Crit's feeling this game right now. 4-0-3. He's been a part of every single kill on the side of EG.
He does have the Bedlam. This is why Miracle's staying underneath the creep wave to make sure that the Bedlam damage is going to be split. If he had isolated himself there, he would have been run down and maybe would have died. S4, thanks to the fact that he has reincarnation or can level it, he can just aggressively push in the top lane until somebody from Liquid addresses his heavy farming.
Liquid. They are going to bring heroes up here. They're smoked up. GH doesn't have the ult though. He sees Crit on the low ground, but Crit would be the worst target. And always just Shadow Realm TP, and that's why Liquid immediately going to give up on this. And a gank attempt foiled by Crit's great positioning.
The double wards that they have aggressively placed in that area to be able to see the kind of heavy rotations that would be required to kill that Wraith King.
And I like this. What they're trying to do is they're protecting the Wraith King's farm more than they are protecting Arteezy's farm. I think they realize that the Wraith King is going to be their mid-game hero. As look at this GH.
That Bedlam doing so much damage. Tries to juke it out. The Shadow Realm will finish him off. TP away, and they have no stuns. So Crit will be fine. He
Crit
kills the support and hits the space.
Still a part of every single kill on his team.
That is incredibly impressive.
You need all-star performances like this to win games at the International this late in.
Yeah.
He is showing off at this point.
Blink Dagger being built by S4. Sumail continues to push in this bottom lane. Working towards a Bloodstone, going to be slowed down here. Now he does have Timber Chain, so we'll be able to get some distance away with Brewlings. Will run him down. First comes the stun, next comes the Magic Missile. Now he's super tanky, but it looks like with that extra damage coming out from Viper, he doesn't really stand a chance.
It's just going to be another death for him.
It's heavy commitment every single time by Liquid, but seeing as Sumail has farmed up so much, it's really worth it.
Yeah, it's a costly death every single time. He's second in net worth on his team. That's going to pump up this Viper quite a bit. We're used to seeing Matoma Man sacked for the most part, but in this game, he's going to be really farmed.
And they have a tower advantage on Evil Geniuses, yet it's Liquid who hold the net worth lead.
And I think the biggest difference...
Crit does it again.
Same
TI8,
spot.
he's got to know there's a ward here now, but the Cursed Ground goes out. He will manage to get a Sunder onto Crit, so he should fall. Good Sprout Trap there from Kuro.
But still, look at the space that he's made. Back-to-back deaths onto GH in the same exact spot.
Yeah, but he gave up 441 gold to this Viper. Atama Man, who was already top of the network chart, is 4-0-0.
EG, they're just going to continue to farm. It's similar to last game, but the difference, I think, what he said in their lineups is that Liquid have some ways to get to the late game and play around it. They've got Miracle on this Terrorblade. I think they respect his ability to 1v5 late game.
The Terrorblade versus Spectre matchup is one of those really interesting ones, right? Because the Spectre is kind of looked at as a classic big late game hero. Crit is going to try and go for Mind Control now with the Cursed Crown. It's going to be a pretty close call, but the Shadow Realm not quite doing enough. Mind Control managed to run away. The Terrorite comes out now, but Miracle dodges it, gets the kill. The Dagger comes out. That's not enough to be able to kill Mind Control. They swap away, trying to get him away from Sumail as quick as possible. Now Arteezy actually jumps over to Kuro, but he will be able to TP out. Sumail has to retreat, failing to be able to get the much-needed kill onto Miracle.
Arteezy surveying the field, stuck up there for a second, but now going to come down. Did throw a dagger into that brew. Mind Control, he's almost got Blink.
Tower is under attack. Dire are scanning, trying to find those sneaky bums.
That Blink Dagger is going to be very massive because Liquid were kind of missing that sort of great initiation. Of course, Evil Geniuses will be able to get the same in S4. Kuro TPing in from behind, will be able to get the Sprout on the fly. Now just needs to keep the trains in front of the opposing captain. Will be able to do it for a while. Mind Control now blinks in. Looking to be able to turn it around with the Chain Frost, but there goes that Brewmaster ultimate. The Brewlings come out and are now hunting for S4, but he's already blinked away deeper into the trees.
And he's gone high. They are pinging around that area, but no way to get there. So they're going to give up on that chase, and instead they go for the TP bottom, waiting for Sumail, who still only have a defensive item. Has to be careful, but Miracle just picking up bounty runes instead.
Crit is always hunting in the enemy jungle, and now he's going to run into Mind Control, manage to get the Cursed Crown. This is going to be a big-time kill, snagged by the Brambles as well. Here comes that Bedlam, and Kuro actually trying to tank up some of the damage with his TP in, but with S4 finally showing himself, this could be bad. They managed to get the Sprout onto Crit with a big hit from that Wrath of Nature. Now S4 is the one who's in no man's land here. It's going to get swapped back into that shrine, not right next to Miracle. The blast comes in, Kuro's already dead, but Miracle still wants this kill on S4, managed to get that Sunder out. An easy pickup for Miracle. Top of the network chart now at 7K.
EG, all three cores, continuing to play away from each other. They're just trying to get as much farm as they can. It doesn't look like they really care that they can't approach team fights. They're approaching this game similar to the way that they did last game. But I feel like Liquid, they have better ways to control, they have better team fight. And they have an all-encompassing late-game hero. But we did see the Terrorblade lose against the Spectre.
Yes.
In the previous series alone, so can't really rest on that.
Why gonna run into a double damage Matumba Man? That's gotta hurt. They won't be able to do much with that as S4 and Sumail are approaching mid. That mid tier 1 is a little low. They do not want to give up that tower advantage they currently hold over Liquid.
That is the benefit here for EG, is that they haven't lost this mid tower, so map control is still in their favor. Arteezy still able to farm relatively easily wherever he wants. He's got a big item flying towards him in the Yasha. That'll help his farm speed by quite a bit. Maybe they can even start to get him a little bit more involved. They do have the Blink Dagger on S4.
Matumba Man, he was already low. Now he's going to be hit by the Cursed Crown.
The huge streak.
Down the Shadow Realm, a big-time streak. Picked up by Crit. Last time around, he gave the Viper 400 gold. Now he reclaims that big kill bounty, 922 gold to him.
I honestly kind of forgot that other EG heroes exist. Because Crit 7, 3, and 5 has still been a part of every single one of his team's kills. He's been getting it done in this mid-game while his team is greeting it up. They haven't really had to react because he's sort of just done it all. Yeah. He's found supports, he's found cores.
First he starts off with the aggressive wards and plays inside the jungle, then they get some sentries down to make sure there's no extra vision right next to those shrine areas, and Chris just being able to play entirely free.
They're going to back up. They want to try to just run Liquid around, deny the fights, allow Arteezy to get farm. This is the strategy that they want to employ. So far so good, as he hasn't been touched, but on the flip side of things, you do have a Terrorblade that is farming a lot faster. They're working towards the same goals, but Terrorblade's going to get there a lot sooner.
Dire's middle tower looks to be disintegrating.
Evil Geniuses invading into that off-lane jungle, the common triangle of farm, and that's exactly where Miracle is. They're going to throw everything they have at him. Make sure he doesn't get an opportunity to Sunder. Now the Spectre popped the ultimate as well, seeing the rest of the Liquid heroes. Sumail does not want to go down into that low ground. They're happy with just the simple pickoff that they got, especially with all the items that are rolling in, and now Sumail getting his first Bloodstone charge of the game.
Sumail still holds this high ground area. Liquid They're waiting for Miracle to be up before they take any sort of fight. They should be aware that there is a ward here as they find another catch here.
They're going to try and save Kuro. GH is coming in, but he's going to be far too late. It's going to be in the mid lane where they start going in for S4. The Brewmaster ultimate already out. S4 burned out.
Sumail's got to be careful here. Panda does spot him. Everyone's starting to come in.
Tornado into the drop down, into the stun. Matumbaman's a little bit far, and he's actually going to go for the tower instead. They're just going to try and push Sumail back, take that objective, but there was still a glyph available, and now Liquid have realized they may have overextended themselves. They can't get caught here. Evil Geniuses, they do bring Crit in a long-range Bramble, snags Matumbaman, but instead it's going to be a deny on that mid tower.
Instead, Miracle just going to go back to farming these ancient stacks. He's so far ahead of the rest of the pack.
It's funny, Evil Geniuses, they saw that big ancient stack, and I think that's in part why they wanted to be able to take over that area, but don't have anybody be able to farm it, so. Miracle takes it for himself. You were talking about the farming speed.
Crit, if you could find him here, he's got the Yule Scepter. They have so many ways to kill him. And Crit gets on top of him.
Yeah, without the Manta, he can't dispel that Cursed Crown. They spot him
he sees
now. And Miracle trying to run right through him, not going to be able to make it out. The Cursed Crown into the Terrorize again. Has to deny the Sunder at all costs.
Crit getting the last hit for that. Very well deserved. He almost has a Blink Dagger on top of that Yule's.
He just had the Yule Scepter too.
Yeah, if you click on the cores right now, Arteezy is 0, 2, and 1. Timbersaw is in a similar position. They were only really a part of that one kill.
Meanwhile, Crit has picked up so much that he's actually keeping pace in net worth with the Brewmaster.
9, 3, and 6. This guy has turned it up for this game. He knows that his cores can't really help out, so he's just getting it done by himself.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
With Miracle dead and a push coming in the top lane. Evil Geniuses try and pursue through mid. They actually knew that GH was going to be sitting here in the back line. They will be able to catch him once again. Crit just cannot seem to stop. He will be able to pick up that kill. Maybe no. He actually gets stopped the TP. GH lives with stick charges there, and looks like Crit finally got a bit too aggressive.
But if they can get the Roshan here, he might have just bought them enough space to do this instead. And this would be a big pickup on EG. Their team doesn't really take objectives the best.
Certainly would. That chakram. The physical damage is allowing them to do a lot of work here. And it seems like Liquid have no idea, so that's going to be an Aegis for the Arteezy Spectre now, who also has his Manta complete.
It's surprising that they were able to be the first team to pick it up.
Yes.
You wouldn't expect it out of their lineup. That's why Liquid had no idea that this was happening. Instead, they're going to just reset, allow Miracle to just pick up farm.
It's funny how in the match between these two teams, the net worth difference between the two really never extends too far one way or the other through the laning phase. It goes to show how evenly matched these two teams are. Yule Scepter now for Sumail. Give them even more survivability. Crit setting up at the bottom lane. His team might want to mass TP in if he gets a good Terrorize in. Has to be careful though. Shadow Realm will dodge the magic missile. First round taken off by the Manta. They take the tier 2.
They're just going to go for the trade instead, as similar to last game, both teams not really willing to engage as
the blink of the high ground, they have the vision, they're going to be able to catch Kuro. The TP is coming in, the Glimmer Cape's not going to be enough to save Mind Control. It's going to slow down S4, who on this high ground area, it's going to be kind of tough. The Spectre comes in, he immediately goes for GH. He does have that Aegis, but doesn't want to lose his life. And Miracle, he died on the left-hand side. GH tries to be able to get the kill in and finally managed to kill S4, but that's not good actually. He slows them down, but Tumbman's going to turn and fight. They just throw the Viper Strike onto S4. They will be able to claim that second life. Mind Control comes back in immediately. Cursed Crown into Yule Scepter into the Brambles. He's going to be taken out of this fight. It's a Matumbaman they want to be able to focus down. In the meanwhile, while Sumail, he'll deal with that strength hero. Mind Control hit by another Brambles. And Terrorize was still available for Crit as well. Wiped out of existence, Liquid.
This is right in front of their base. They still have the Manta. They still have the Aegis EG. They're going to consider continuing to go forward. It's Miracle going to spawn in 12 seconds, but that's a huge win for them, especially on the Shrine side of Liquid. They didn't burn the Aegis for that either. As Sumail climbs his way to the top of the net worth charts.
21 Bloodstone charges for Sumail's Timbersaw. He is just going to be out of control now. With all that mana regen that he has, he could just constantly stay on the map farming.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Diffuser Blade is going to be coming in for our TZ pretty soon, as well as his level 3 ult.
Dire is scanning for enemies.
The Blink Dagger going to be completed by Crit. It's going to be a big item pickup for him. He's very easy to watch in this game because he's been setting up everything for his team. Everybody else just filtering in behind him as Liquid. It's now their turn. Doesn't really seem like they know where to take the fights.
It does kind of seem like they've been letting Evil Geniuses set the pace. What does Liquid need to do to kind of take control of this game again?
I feel like they need to be more active with this brew split. It feels like they were way too content allowing Miracle to just farm hit creeps. They're getting lulled into sleep by this EG team, and EG just comes up with bursts of aggression. That's why these games feel really weird, where you see a lot of kills, but you don't really see team fights, because that's why EG, that's the way that they want to play. They want to just be able to pick you apart, get 1 or 2 kills at a time, never engage you in straight 5-on-5s. And I think Liquid is so used to that 5-on-5 style.
Crit, gonna be hit by the Viper Strike before he can actually get the Shadow Realm off. That's gonna be a lot of damage over time, but he still has the Yule Scepter. Yules goes out, they actually get a Yules onto the Viper as well. He managed to blink himself away.
Just gonna get out and reset things for his team again, as Sumail doing the same. Drive by Yules to save his support. And this is what I mean. EG are just frustrating them. They're running them around the map, not really giving them the opportunity to get into these straight-on fights.
They will get 3 out of 4 of the bounty runes though for Liquid. And they do have the Nature's Prophet. I'm presuming part of the reason they grabbed this support Nature's Prophet, is because of Evil Geniuses and the style of split pushing that they presented in that first game.
Oh, absolutely. They wanted a hero to be able to catch the waves, push them in, because that's all really EG's going for.
Yeah. Then they also have a lot more catch than they did last time with the Vengeful Spirit as well as the Brewmaster.
And look, again, they're just trying to find this one-off pickoff, and they might do so.
Terrorized. They don't want to let him get off the final split. That's going to be all important to blow up this Brewmaster, and they do manage to get him. Now Matuma with his BKB down. He's trying to go for his support, but so much physical damage. The swap back, Matuma Man heading to the Shrine, activates it now, but Evil Genius are still in hot pursuit with the Curse Crown into the Yule Scepter, straight up route. S4, he'll take down Matuma Man with the help of Crit. 4 dead once again from Liquid, as it looks like even Kuro was caught by RTZ.
They're doing this right in front of their base, and so Sumail gonna force out the buybacks, 2 on the side of Liquid, and now it's a 5k lead. This is what I'm talking about. Never give Liquid the ability to get into this 5-on-5 fight with this brew split. Keep splitting them apart, finding 1 hero, 2 heroes at a time. EG's doing such a good job of that in consecutive games.
Liquid finally pick up the BKB for Miracle. That's a significant show of power for them in these next couple of team fights. But as you're saying, they're not actually getting any of those team fights. Liquid just getting picked and split pushed apart constantly. And Evil Genius is always there to collect when a hero gets a bit out of position.
And this is what Liquid does best. They force fights on you, they outplay you in these team fights, they out-spellcast you. You give GH the ability to make big plays. Well, if you take that away, you run them around the map, you make it frustrating for them to take any sort of engagements. Crit just goes around finding solo pickoffs.
Yeah.
If you don't give Liquid the ability to team fight, it severely hampers them as they're going to go on to Sumail.
Oh no, he actually threw it on Yule Scepter. He managed to get the chain through, taking off that Yule Scepter. Still going to be caught though. Thankfully, the Viper very strong against that Timbersaw with the break mechanic.
Had the Bloodstone deny it, but opts not to use it.
Thought that maybe he could get out in time, but we'll be coming back pretty shortly here. Thanks to all those charges he racked up. And
Once again,
they have so much catch. Look at how Kuro, okay, he's got the Glimmer Cape and Dark Willow. I think Crit saw the TP in, maybe, of the Brewmaster.
Yeah, GH is here.
Might still get caught. 3 seconds till the blink is up. Sprouted in, and an Urn is going to be able to stop him. He has the Shadow Realm, but they just need to be able to get AoE damage to prevent that Blink Dagger from coming up. The Terrorize going to be thrown down. No, it's not. Liquid. Now it's their turn to be able to get a couple pickoffs. Now they can actually push out some of the lanes. Unfortunately for them, no Roshan available just yet.
Sumail and S4 trying to keep their streaks alive right now. They want to be able to be the first team, first 2 players to repeat as TI champions, and Liquid trying to keep their hopes of being repeat champions alive too, as Miracle has the BKB. They want to take this fight now. Any sort of pickoff, and I think Liquid's just going to go for it.
Yeah.
They're getting frustrated around the map. They don't want to play this style of EGs where they just get 1 kill at a time, get picked apart. You have to press the issue at some point in this game.
But it seems like now is not the time, with the top lane pushing into their base. Bottom tier 2 is being threatened as well. They do spot S4. This could be a really good pickoff, but S4 has already retreated deep into the trees. They have the vision down, and Kuro knows about that because the skeletons started aggroing onto him. He was the closest hero available on the map, so he knew the ward was there. They take it out.
S4 still a little bit reluctant to TP out, but Kuro sends out the trees a little bit too late, and EG gathering up around this Roche Pit area. They want to just continue this style, frustrate Liquid, don't give them the ability to 5-on-5 against you.
And playing those sides of the map, that is really important part of the way Evil Geniuses is split pushing, right? There's a reason that S4 was a little bit hesitant to blink, to just TP out. You've got to maintain constant pressure on those sidelines, and being able to hide away into the trees and dodge the attempted ganks is an integral part of that.
Yeah, if anybody's going to hit neutral creeps, it's going to be RTZ. If you're the Timbersaw and you're the Wraith King in this game, you're just going to push sides out.
Not to worry, everybody, as we're going to give you the audio cast now. It's Liquid.
Yo, they're roaching, by the way.
They're sneaking into roach chat, guys. Don't worry. You're not missing anything important.
Just trust us.
30-minute route. Go back in. Fly. He managed to get the chain frost out. Will be able to bounce around. The Terrorize controlling up mind control. S4 is right in the middle. All these support fans will blow up Kuro already. Now with the BKBs activated on both Miracle and Matumba Man next to the Shrine, they will be able to take down the first life of S4. Arteezy, he came in with his ultimate, activated his BKB, but he's being beaten back by Miracle. But now, with that magic immunity gone from the BKB, Miracle's going to be a little bit exposed. The magic damage coming in.
Hot Sunder.
Yule Scepter out. Needs to be able to get the Sunder. He doesn't get it. Might get it. He's going to be executed. Sumail. They find mind control with the Chakram now. Mind control. That's fine. Well, that's 4 or 5 dead from Liquid. And now they're the ones heading into the Roshan pit.
As EG, they pick up 5 heroes. Kuro goes for the buyback. They're up 8k now. They're going to get the Aegis and the cheese. Aegis going to go the way of Arteezy, and another team fight win for them. Starting on their terms once again.
Aegis for Arteezy.
They are inching closer and closer to this win. Fly gonna run into Kuroki.
Fly has nothing to stop him.
Gonna throw down the sentry ward though. And get the D ward off almost immediately. Sumail called himself king once. But you gotta knock off the defending champions if you want to hold that title.
11,000 gold lead. Evil Geniuses getting very close to being able to secure that 2-0. After such a tremendous win around that Roshan pit, they're now going to be able to take that remaining outer objective into tier 2. But breaking the high ground, that's going to be a different kind of task for Evil Geniuses. This Team Liquid, they do have some pretty good high ground defense. You've got the swamp back there, the Vengeful Spirit, the split pushing power of the Nature's Prophet.
You don't want to be in this position when you have the aggressive lineup.
Yeah.
The only person that's really going to scale into the late game in this game is this Terrorblade. Viper, not the best hard-hitting core, especially not against Liquid's, against EG's heroes. 12k down, 31 minutes in. That feeling of dread is going to start to stick.
S4 going to try and go on Matumba Man. The Terrorize comes out, preventing the BKB, and so much.
So jump forward.
Now Arteezy's going to look for more. Goes for GH, activates the BKB of his own. Yule Scepter going out onto GH, holding him in place long enough for Sumail to be able to get there and help Arteezy claim the kill. Now they're going to go for the tier 3 with the skeletons out. They do a lot of pushing power.
And Kuro going to try to catch the wave, do whatever he can to hold on. But Liquid, they can only watch as EG hit their racks.
That is going to be the first lane. Liquid now going to come in with mind control, but they get Yule Scepter. Can they burst him down? The Brambles are out. He tries to gone, but he's gone. No Bramble split, no buyback available. Miracle's going to have to do it all by himself, but his Lucian's already gone. And Miracle himself has to retreat as he knows his BKB timing is limited. With no allies to support him, he has to watch Evil Geniuses take not 1 lane of Rex, but now 2.
And Liquid, they can feel their hopes dwindling. This crowd, they sense it. EG, 17k up 2 racks.
The EG chance have begun. Look at Sumail. He immediately tries to TP up to that top lane to prevent any split pushing from Miracle.
They're playing for the win here, trying to get these mega creeps. Liquid, what is your response?
20 seconds until the Brewmaster is back up. He is so important to be able to take the team fights for Liquid. Evil Geniuses, will they stick around? They have the Aegis still on Arteezy. They're
just gonna go back in.
Jump in with the side device. They manage to grab a Tumberman, and they will be able to take him out of the Thunder. Miracle! He makes a bullshit on BKB. Up with the Terrorize coming in. He managed to mantle, force that in. Back to the fountain he goes. He will be able to regen up, but Tumberman just cannot be saved. He gave him the extra life, but it didn't seem to matter. Arteezy will drop the Aegis now. Liquid, they need to control this carry. They need to take him out, but Sumail has already jumped in. Looking to be able to get the kill on the curve with the pullback of the shotgun. Will be able to take him out, swap back, and Arteezy still managed to find Miracle. He buys back, but now GH is dead as well. It's only Miracle and Mind Control trying to stand their ground with the Primal Split. Sumail comes in, trying to take away all these Brewlings. Their damage is going out onto Sumail right now, but still, S4 on the front lines. Will manage to get a start on the Miracle. He's low. Second time, the BKB activated. S4 is almost dead. Mind Control's trying to finish him up. Arteezy's also low, but Mind Control has no damage. Cut down by the Timbersaw. The Whirling Death takes the Strength Hero down to size, and now the Raxes are exposed. The Tier 3 is gone. Mind Control buying back. And HEB managed to get the clap in, and Arteezy a little bit low. He just gets bursted down too quickly. That side. Now the reincarnation slowing down. Miracle tries to. Miracle's gone. And JJ is home. Liquid. They fall to evil geniuses. EG hold true to their promise that they would. 2-0 Liquid on the main stage.
EG securing themselves a top 3 finish at minimum. They're gonna move on to fight against a PSG LGD squad.
この無料を手に抱えているもの時の雫外に握りしめて忘れた記憶なくした言葉